Why do I do this to myself? I am too weak of will. So, yeah. Stream's a bit late. This is why. We've got it now, though. So this'll be something to enjoy later on. But we're just gonna ignore this for the time being, pretend it doesn't exist. Okay, not here. I don't have it. It's fine. We can just forget about that. Yeah, so that's why the stream's a bit late, but let's just forget about that for the time being. Yeah, I wasn't planning on buying a knight anytime soon. But it is what it is. So where we got to last time, peer pressure works, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, it does. Unfortunately, it does. Can I do you a favor? What's up, Hensley? Also, another thing, while I was there, this is the worst part, is I go there, I'm like, I'm just going for one thing, and then I see something else, and I'm like, yo, I've always wanted one of these. So, the Warhammer store is a dangerous place, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go there unless you are prepared. It's a very, very dangerous place to go. But where we got up to last time, we were in the middle of doing the black contrast over our metal trim. Holy shit, everyone's just pouring out of the woodwork. So the model I have for the thumbnail, can I look between the shoulder pad and the flamer? On your model you have a small bit that connects the two, but you feel like it shouldn't be there. So which one of the, I don't remember which specific one of these was the thumbnail. One sec. If I can find the specific thumbnail photo so I know which one it is. Where is my channel? So the, okay, it's the captain. Or not the captain, the sergeant. So that is this one here. One sec. I'll just zoom in on it. So between the shoulder and the flamer. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Well spotted. There is a little structural bit there. I probably should cut that. Just looking at. Oh, actually, no. You know what it is? So that's it's a strap. It's like a leather strap or something holding it onto him. Because you can see the strap runs there, up and over. And then it comes back down and clips onto the handle. So that's what's fastening him. So that'd be leather. Yeah. Pretty sure that's part of the strap there. because you've got the back end of it there, which then runs up and then comes back down. Because you can actually see on the inside edge, it runs like quite far in there. So yeah. But yeah, so let's get this all set up. We're starting a bit later, so the stream will probably end up being on the shorter end of things. If he's going to fall to the Dark Gods, it will be Nurgle. All hail Papa Nurgle. What is with the constant flip-flopping between Chaos Gods we worship in here? Although, I don't know why. We've worshipped all of them except Tzeentch. Like, what's wrong with Tzeentch, guys? Come on. Pretty sure we got a Be'lakor mention before someone brought up Tzeentch. Oh yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm actually going to go back through all the ones that I'd already done the metal trim for, and I'm going to do the undersuit in black, the undersuits in black, and then we're going to go back through and do all the metal trims. There was a knight on the desk. He already belongs to Slanesh. Chill. There was no knight on the desk. I have no idea what you're talking about. Tzeentch changes plans too often. He doesn't match our vibe. Look, I feel like I was betrayed by all of you guys with, like, I thought you were all looking out for me, and you all talked me into getting that bloody knight. Thought we were meant to be friends. Come on, guys. Like, if that's not, if that's not the work of the Lord of Change, I don't know what is. You only worship Nurgle. Your Warhound, Warlord, and your Knight are all dedicated to Nurgle. I mean, that's some dedication. Also, that I feel like those would look sick. Some Nurgle Titans and Knights. He did no such thing. Quiet you. I know what happened. We all know what happened. I think my light is at a bit of an odd angle. Just turn it over this way. There we are. That's a bit better. You gotta do some faces. My condolences. And hair. Yuck. I don't remember how much I'd done on this guy. Okay, we did the wrists as well. Oh, I missed some bits actually, so I'll need to come back in on this one. You replace the left hand on the warhound with a cloven hoof, and it has wrapped have rotting flesh and pustules and a destroyer hive cockpit, a giant plague bearer's head. That's really cool. Yeah, I feel like Nurgle definitely has the most freedom for making some really cool, unique looking kit bash minis. Outside of the orcs, of course. Well, actually, honestly, Nurgle probably has more freedom for, like, cool and unique stuff, because the orcs, it's all just orky. I guess, like, with Nurgle, it's all nasty, but it's, like, a cool brand of nasty, where orcs, it's just, like, spikes and shit. Blood and skulls, true. You can always, like, corn is very straightforward. You can just take a mini, just put a bunch of skulls on spikes and cover it in blood, and it goes pretty hard. But I feel like Nurgle is, like, it's really cool because then you're, like, replacing parts. If you ever start a second army, it'll be a hard fight between World Eaters or Knights. Hey, I'd recommend Knights. Yeah, input. You should get some Imperial Knights. I hear they're pretty cool. Oh yeah, guys, yesterday, after the stream where you were all whispering dark temptations into my ears about getting a knight, buying a knight, I went and conferred with a friend of mine who also does Warhammer, an overseas friend, and I was looking to him for salvation. I was like, look mate, I've got like all these people telling me to get knights, and I was hoping he'd be the voice of reason. No, this guy goes and he's like, I mean, if you're gonna go for it, you might as well go all the way and get a Forge World Titan. And like, I think that was the final nail in the coffin, because at that point I was like, I'm not getting a Titan. Went and looked it up. It was like $2,500 for the chest. I'm like, okay, now that I've seen this, the knights are pretty cheap. So, yeah, that it turns out I don't have a support network anywhere. Nobody is here to take care of my wallet. Everybody is praying for my downfall. Titan, Titan, Titan. Look, that is the one line I will not cross. I will not go there. All the reason to get a membership going, YouTube and members will pay for your new models. True! That's the ultimate goal. Imagine if I got to the point where, like, my hobby was self-sustaining. That would be crazy. The ultimate goal. Not to make it big, not to be a millionaire, just to make enough money from painting so I can paint more. Only a down payment on a house for all 4 Titans. But I mean, surely they'd appreciate and value, right? It's the only line I won't cross until I finally break and buy one. That's not happening. That alone is not happening. The day I buy a Titan. All right, how about this? This is like ultimate, like, long-term goal I will never achieve. If by some unbelievable fluke / miracle I hit 10k subs, I'll get a Titan. This is going down in history. You know what the worst thing about Forge World Titans? The quality control is non-existent. Really? You'd think that with such large minis, such expensive minis that they break into multiple parts, you'd think that they'd have really good quality control on them. Am I having a good night so far? Not nighttime yet for me. 2:30 p.m. and also I'm probably not going to paint the night until probably next week at earliest. More videos is more subs. Any videos on the way? I've got basically I've got a lot of the pretty much all of the streams that I've been doing. I've been recording them at the same time, and so I've just got hours of footage just sitting there, and it's it's hard to muster up the motivation to edit it together. But because most of my videos that I've made recently, or like, yeah, most of the videos that I've made on the channel have been specifically just like painting time lapses and that sort of thing. But I'm also interested in doing other stuff like I really like voiceover and that sort of stuff. So I'm interested in trying doing like Warhammer narration if people would be interested in that. I've bought the Ahriman Omnibus today, so I might read that, and if anything really pops out at me, I might give some lore stuff a go. But yeah, otherwise it's just a matter of working up the motivation to edit everything together. Forge World ships out with cracked resin, warped pieces, artifacts, etc., etc. Really? That's crazy. So did you get a night? Are you going to make it Team Steel Occult themed? It is not going to be Team Steel Occult themed. Man, your dedication to the cult is impressive, Tiki. If I do a reading, you'll be devoted to it. Righto, I'll keep that in mind. I'm also not sure what the legality of a lot of lore narration is. Like, how much of the book are you allowed to read out before Games Workshop kills you? Like, am I allowed to do like half a chapter? Like, is that too much, or do I need to like rewrite and paraphrase stuff? You paint with all three hands, it helps. You got, right now you've got two hands holding the minis. Well, one hand holding the mini, one hand holding a brush, third hand typing messages in chat. You not? That's actually, I do use my third hand to zoom in and like to do the zoom on the camera. Yeah, open the book and read page 1. You get an instant cease and desist order. Yeah, I actually am. Yeah, Input, I am using the third hand to operate the camera. You can do some Googling if I want. Maybe I'll probably look into it myself as well, but all of it, my narration is transformative enough. I don't know. I feel like surely there's some issue that would be encountered, because like they have audiobooks, and I doubt that it's like the same as doing like song covers that people do. Even then, I'm not sure how people get the if people have to like request permission to do song covers or what. You need to change your username to what you always use. Righto. Make sure you let us know who you are once you change it. I've been checking in over the last few days. They're coming together nicely. Yeah, we're getting there. Thanks for dropping by, Sofa King. It's, yeah, only been going for a little bit today, and we're probably not going to make a huge amount of progress today, because we started a little bit late, and I've got plans this evening, but we'll do what we can. Yeah, you plan to do Battlefleet Gothic novels that are no longer print or ebooks or audiobooks? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. How would you get this? How would you get the manuscripts for them if they're out of circulation, or do you just already have them? Night plans? Not sure yet. Haven't thought about it. I feel like there's so much flexibility with them. I was going to say I might want to theme them similar to my my Dark Angels, but like Caliban green sort of thing. But I feel like there's so much you could do with them. I'm probably just going to make up my own night house rather than go with an existing one. You have the paperback books? Righto. Alright, so Sunju, I assume you were input? House Orlac. Purple would look good. Purple would look very nice. I understand you're not biased at all by the color of the three-armed emperor. Morning, Panzer. How you going? His Holiness has 4 arms, sir. Sorry. All right, he's superior to all us mere mortals with only 3. Saw your messages at the start. So anyway, back to this. The spam. Yep, I saw it. Don't worry, I saw it. Also, real quick, the camera plugged in. It is plugged in and it is turned on. I double and triple checked it this time because yesterday it was plugged in but not turned on. But now it is both plugged in and turned on, so we shouldn't have any issues. Unless it manages to overheat today, in which case, like, it's in God's hands. Check the right soldier of the sergeant back arm has a tube bit, keep it. 1 sec, I'll have a quick look. I'll just, yep, that pauldron's good. How do you decide which Space Marine chapter to do, based on color scheme or based on lore? Entirely up to you. I'm doing Dark Angels because I think their lore is sick and their color scheme is pretty cool. And there's a lot of freedom with Dark Angels. You can also make up your own, the great thing about chapters is you can make up your own color scheme for them, and just do whatever you want. This tube here, I would imagine that's a keep, because I'm pretty sure I've seen tubes on the other ones. Yeah, I would say that's some kind of hydraulic there. Oh, okay. They only appear on push-fit metals there to make the plastic molding easier. You can keep them or cut them off and clean up. Okay, so I assumed this was some kind of hydraulic thing, but I guess you can cut it off and clean it up. In fact, I might actually come back through and cut that off now that I look at it, because it's not entirely sealed there either. Should paint the Imperial Knight as the House of Dracus and fight World Eater's Law. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We will cross that bridge when we get to it. It'll probably be a little while yet. You cut them off on your stone guard, then you cut the entire shoulder pad off to put on Dark Angel's upgrade shoulders. Okay, cool. By the way, are the Dark Angels upgrades that you've been talking about, are they like an official Citadel thing that you can just like buy an upgrade pack, or is it like a third-party thing that you get? How much is a big knight over there? So the one that I got the Questoris, which is a bit cheaper than the Dominus, or Dominatus, whatever it was. And the Questoris, I believe, set me back 220 AUD. And then the Dominus was 310 or something like that. Because the Australian dollar is incredibly weak. Where am I located? I'm in Brisbane, Australia. Totally not biased. The Dominus ugly, Questoris good looking. Why does the Dominus exist ugly? Yeah, that's what the guy at the shop today when I went in and I was buying the Questoris. Well, I was looking at the knights and he's like, "Oh yeah, is knights your main army?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm just into the painting side of things." And I took the Questoris up to the front counter, and then he's like, "Yeah, good choice. The only reason people go the Dominus is because of the mechanics in game. If you just like the painting, the Questoris is way better." You ever thought about streaming on Twitch and YouTube since it's allowed now? I'm not sure if I am capable. As I've just mentioned, I'm in Australia. The internet here is, how do you say, dog shit? I've tried it in the past, back when years ago, when I streamed gaming and stuff. and I'm pretty sure the second I tried to stream to 2 different places, it just destroyed both streams. Like, it just could not function. Man, this chat has gotten more active since you joined. Yeah, no, this is insane. I am not used to having this many people active in chat. This is really cool. Cool, guys, you're out. You need some sleep. See you later, Silver. Have a good night. Sorry for starting so late today, but I'll probably be back to my regular stream starting time for the next few streams this week. I haven't checked my work roster, so I'm not sure when the next one will be, but I'll catch you around. Maybe it's the context, totally not biased to Space Marines. Yeah, I think that the Space Marines have definitely been more popular than the Necrons, which I guess makes sense. I popped up randomly in your feed a few weeks back, but you're busy then, and then I popped up again a couple of days ago. The YouTube gods are pushing you out. I think it's the consistency of streams. I think it's just because I'm doing it most days. I think the algorithm is just picking me up now. So I've just got to make sure I keep, I just need to stay consistent, I reckon. You appreciate that I schedule my streams, just scroll YouTube and see it so that you know when to join? Okay, yeah, cool. I like it as well because it means that when I schedule it, I'm held to a time frame as well. So I at the bare minimum need to be awake by a certain time. Yeah, so it holds me accountable as well. Over here, my streams just cross over lunch. That's why you're mostly not on at the start. Okay, that makes sense. Right, because we worked it out. You're like 2 hours behind, aren't you, Panzer? Because it's just going on 3 o'clock for me now. The streams are approved by the Gene Stealer cults. Well, I mean, the fact that you're normally here, well, the fact that you're regularly here, Tiki, I think is a testament to that. Biggest Gene Stealer cult shill I have ever met. What nights do I normally stream? I don't have a super regular schedule. The starting time is consistent. I pretty much always start like 11 to 12, well, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what that translates to in everyone else's time zones. But I generally schedule the stream about 10 to 12 hours before I start it. But yeah, it's pretty irregular. I'll stream like probably minimum 3 times a week is what I go for. But yeah, the exact days are irregular. And perfect timing. Your kids go to bed usually by the time I start streaming, so you can be perfectly attentive. Okay, nice. Yeah, I imagine it's probably helpful. I imagine that's probably why you do your painting once your kids have gone to bed, just because that way you can just sit down and just relax and focus on it, without having to split your attention on everything else. You're a simple miner. Yes, you're a yes, I'm bold. It's a family trait. I worship the Emperor and all of his 4 glorious arms. Just nice to have someone else hobbying for motivation. Yeah, I feel like that's a very common sentiment that I've heard from people in chat, and it's one that I share as well. It's just so much nicer to be able to talk to someone while you're painting away or building away or doing whatever. Stream framing for anybody else? It's honestly, it's probably my issue. I have noticed in the replays as well that it does tend to frame, and every now and then YouTube does say that the bitrate is too low, even though I've got the bitrate set higher to what YouTube's receiving. So I think it's just that my my internet is a bit trash. You have a fight between painting or talking. As you can see, it's a losing fight. Hey, it's a winning fight if it's a win for me. Hi Hemlock, how you going? Just 13 more riflemen to build and 15 more to paint. Holy shit, you are making good time, Tiki. Well done. Are you sleeping enough though? What variant am I going to build for the questers? If you're talking about the knight, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the knight yet. Really haven't thought too much about it. Right now, I'm just admiring the box. I got my 50% of the total of the total dopamine of the build just from buying it, so I'm happy with that for the time being. You smell the glue and Nuln oil in your sleep. That can't be good. Building 40 guard plus heavy weapons for your Vitrilian regiment. Got about 10k points into the guard. That seems like a lot of guard. That seems like a lot of guard. Ayo, is that a Salamander's transfer on his white shoulder pad? This is no, that's just the that's just a blast marker. It shouldn't be a Salamander's transfer. Yeah, I think that's all the bits for this one. Don't think I've missed anything. Oh, I guess I could do this a bit better. I don't want to spend too much time on these guys because at the end of the day they are rank and file units. I don't need them to be looking perfect. Trade offer, I give you a $5 model molded plastic and $2 paint, you give me $800. Games Workshop. Look, I would say that's a pretty good trade. I'd take that. Another tube, right foot of the sergeant. Yours looks too close to cut away. Yeah, now that you mentioned them, and I found one just a second, like here. Like, I've just found one here. I reckon what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do them up as like hydraulics. I'm just gonna do them in metallic and have them be hydraulics. Then we don't need to worry about it. Actually, they aren't rank and file. I guess not because they're flamers, but they don't need to be like, they're not like big models or like named units. What paint did I use for the holsters? You're a huge fan of Games Workshop's contrast snakebite leather. I've just got, what's this one? This is just the layer paint, Rhinoxide. And then I'll come back through and weather them to make them look a bit more tattered. But yeah, I used snakebite leather for my Tyranids, I believe. I don't remember what part I used snakebite leather for. Oh, I think I diluted the snakebite leather down a bit to use for their fleshy bodies because it has a little bit of a greenish hue to it, I think. The snakebite does have a bit of a green hue to it, doesn't it? Or am I thinking of something else? You got it. Very open spot would throw off the model, you think, like the suggestion of hydraulics, but it's only on the 1 foot. Look, maybe that guy just has one weak leg. He just needs a little bit of help. If you don't want to draw attention, you can always leave it the same color as the armor. Yeah, that's always a solid idea. Like I've like truth be told, I didn't even notice a lot of these little sprues until you'd pointed them out to me, and then I was like, oh, they are there, because I'd just gone over them with the I just airbrushed my base color and I didn't even notice them. Anyway, you gotta go. See you, and don't forget to Imperial Night Paint in a future stream. Yep, see you later, Panzer. Thanks for dropping by, and the night stream will come eventually. We've got a lot of things here. We've got a lot of things just piled up behind me to get through. But, yeah, I definitely will do the night on stream. I just don't know when that will be. Night stream at night? I mean, if I do a night stream at night, that'll be like the early hours of the morning for you guys over in the US. And I don't even know what that'd be like for people in the EU. Actually, I say the early hours of the morning. It'd be like, oh yeah, it'd be like probably like somewhere between 4 and 8 a.m. for you guys. See you later, Panzer. Might not be active next week because school's starting. Righto. All good. It's currently 6 a.m., so gauge with that. 6 a.m. in, where are you? Are you EU or? Oh, no, yeah, you are EU. Or you're UK. So, what would that be? I guess so it'd be midday for the UK. If we say that I'm doing like an 8 p.m. stream. One sec, just having a drink. Okay, I think that should be everything for this one. Cool. How many base coats do you recommend? You're on your second, you've lost sight of the black primer. You're doing them in blue, aren't you? You're doing ultramarines. It depends on the paint that you're using. So blue covers pretty well, so you just go until you're comfortable. Once you have a smooth coat that you're happy with, it's fine to stop. 1 to 2 is usually pretty good. If you're using a really thin color, then you can go more, but it all comes down to how much you're thinning your paint down as well. So yeah, just until, like, there's no hard or fast rule, just go until you're happy. Because, like, the mini, you can add as much detail to it as you want. So once you're happy with it, 2 thin pots of yellow, as they say. Yeah, yellow is a pain. But yeah, the thing is, you can always touch up the coat at the end. Because once you do your base coat, then you're going to need to do all your details. I recommend doing recessed details as early as possible, by the way. Because that way you can avoid messing up the coats on top, like, at the end. But yeah, like, once you've done all of your details, you can come back in and clean up the main base coat, or like you can clean up the top coat finish and pull it all together. So you don't need to fuss too much about it because it's only paint. You can always fix it later on, as long as you're keeping your paint relatively like thin and smooth. Then it's pretty hard to ruin a model or a mini. That's what I was trying to say, but I said both. May have to cave and buy Acadian flesh tone. You can't mix a good looking skin. Yep, I'm avoiding interacting with with skin for as long as possible. I feel like to get best results with skin, you'd need to do it in multiple layers. Like, you'd need to either use a really thin layer from an airbrush or just like glaze it to get it looking nice. dark to bright with glazes, but you just want to make it look a tiny bit human, right? Yeah. Crazy middle of the night phone calls? Really? Oh shit, holy... Okay, I made it all the way to the floor. That was a solid effort. Thankfully, I just painted recesses, so nothing should have smudged. I think we're safe. Yeah, that managed to bounce off my desk, onto my lap, onto my chair, and then down onto the floor without me catching it. Most of your friends are in different time zones now. Yeah, it works out like that. Grab it with my third arm. My third arm's holding the camera, Tiki. I can't. Praise the four-armed emperor, he's watching out for you. The contrast paint in the lid has started to dry up, so I'm just gonna need to shake it up so that I have some more sitting up there to draw from. Because I don't like dunking my brush down into the pot. Because then I get paint right into the ferrules. That's not nice. Man, I feel like I've chosen one of the most tedious ways to do these details. But it should be good once we get all of it done. Because I do like the finish that I get with it. It's just a bit time consuming. Alright, off to bed. Have a good one, folks. See you later, Hensley. Thanks for dropping by. Sorry again for the late start today, but yeah, thanks for hopping in as always. See you later. Yeah, I reckon I probably won't have time to do a whole lot more today because unfortunately we did end up starting a bit late. We lost about 3 hours of our normal stream time. So I reckon I'll probably finish up all of the contrast work that I'm doing with the Black Templar contrast here. So I'll finish up doing all that for the minis. So all of the metallics and then all of their undersuits. And then I'll probably call it there because I don't want to pop open any other paints and put them on the wet palette if I'm not going to be using them today. They won't have a huge amount of time. So I don't want to put some paint on the wet palette only to use it on like half of 1 or 2 minis. You're about to head off to your stream working on these never-ending IGA riflemen. Yeah, that is an insurmountable task. Good luck, Tiki. Yeah, thanks for hopping in. I'll see you later. Always, buddy. You'll start linking my channel on your weekly shorts and videos too. You have an awesome laid-back style. Big fan. No, that's awesome. Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's great to always talk to you. Don't feel the need to link me in your stuff, though. But yeah, that's really cool. Thank you. I'll see you later, and good luck with those minis. You have got a deadline. I personally would not be able to paint that many in that time frame, so big respect. Yeah, getting these little bits just like under the groin are really awkward to reach. Really should have thought about this before I built them. That's one of my worst habits, is just fully building the minis without painting them. I I always know it. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a pain to paint, but I just want to build it now. Pretty sure you guys were warning me about this when I was building them as well. You're like, you really should paint the individual bits before you put them together because there are some awkward to reach spots on these. And I was like, nah, I want to paint them I want to build them today. Now I am paying the price. The booty doesn't like getting painted. It does not. Yeah, I reckon for the metallic shoulder pads that I'm doing, where I'm going over them with the contrast paint, I get the best results when I go really thin with the contrast. So if I go too thick, it kind of just completely covers the silver. But if I go just a little bit thin, then I retain some of the really nice metallic sheen. Although, honestly, even with it being pretty thick, like what we've got on the little balls on the sides of the feet here, it still has that metallic sheen to it, which is really nice. Like, I really like how that looks. You can just see it picking up the light. Okay. 3 more minis. Actually, 2... Oh, no, 3 more, because we'll need to do the undersuit for the sergeant. And I reckon what I might actually do, once I get the contrast on all these, is I might then go through the minis one at a time and just find all these sprues and get rid of them, because like this one here, I'm not a fan of it, so I might actually just go back through and get rid of all of those on the different models. Wish I'd noticed them when I was putting them together so I could save myself the trouble. But I'll need to get rid of them and then clean them up. Cleaning it up will probably be a job for next time though. And what do we reckon? Are we okay with me just every stream just plugging away at the same thing, stream after stream, or would we rather I do more of a format where I have a few different projects on the go, and I'll do a couple of streams on one, and then I alternate to another one for a couple of streams, and then I come back? Does it get boring just seeing me doing the same regular, like, or the same minis just day after day after day? Because I understand I'm very slow at what I do. Because I've got lots of minis that I can work on. A few could be quite cool. Feel like it'd help me not get tired of the same thing. Yeah, I feel like a big example of that for me with the streaming was when I was doing the Necron Night Scythe. That shit burnt me out. I said I was going to finish it off camera, and I just couldn't bring myself to finish it, so it's just sitting there. You're so much slower, don't worry. I find it hard to believe, but yeah, it's definitely a process. You have 4 squads in HQ. 5 vehicles on your desk right now. That's you've got a fair bit there. Yeah, my desk is not that overloaded. But also, Francois, haven't we established that you're in a bomb shelter that is just full of plastic? That's like 10 pounds of sprues. Yeah, like... Yes. I feel like that is every man's dream, is to have a bomb shelter full of Warhammer shit. You got to the point with your Land Raider where after painting, you'd look at it and see so much left that you'd feel like you hadn't done anything. Yeah, I can definitely sympathize with that. That was the whole process for painting the Night Scythe. I don't know if anybody here was there for that when I was streaming that. I think that was sort of a bit before the channel started to really pick up. But it was so painful. It felt really good every time I'd complete a section. And then I'd look at everything else I had to do, and it was just crushing. Like, I have a friend who... This is the friend who had told me to buy a Titan last night. But I was talking to him, and he hadn't painted Warhammer in a few years because he'd been doing Death Guard, and he really liked Death Guard, but he got Mortarion, and he had been working on Mortarion for so long, and it was so many tiny details that it was just soul-crushing for him that he just ended up giving up painting for a couple of years, and he's only recently gotten back into it. That's why you just want to use washes and overbrushing for most things. Yeah, I definitely really felt that for when I was doing the, when I painted the, I painted 20 Termagants last year. And just for all those, just for all those little models, just, yeah, doing an overbrush and then contrast paints just to get it all out of the way nice and quick. It was definitely really satisfying. And look, I love my dry brushes. They're so nice to use. But I feel like for really hyper detailed models, or like the really cool ones, it's really fun to challenge yourself and just do as much of it as you can with regular brushes. Because I feel like that's how you can learn the most. That's where you improve the most, is when you just really focus on all the details. But yeah, it's just such an investment of time and patience. And that's why I think it's good to like sort of break it up and work on other models while you're doing the really big projects, just so that you can split your attention, and you have ones that you can relax and just dry brush and just feel good about, and then you can have the one where it's just all of your focus and you can just work on it and just try to do the best you can with it. That's what big monsters and characters are for, yeah. Although I enjoy like taking my time on these little minis as well. It definitely does get quite painful when there's lots of them though. Which is why I'm considering going for a considering starting another project while I work on these guys. Also, because I've got lots of other minis which I really want to paint, but I've kind of pigeonholed myself into painting these Space Marines. You took about a 5-month break between both your armages. By the time you do the second one, you love the experience again. Yeah, sometimes you just need to step away. When I was, because I got into painting while I was on a university exchange in Japan, and when I got home, first thing I did, I was like, oh, awesome, time to get back into painting. And I don't know, I couldn't really get the passion going again. So there was like, there's a big gap on my, if you can actually see where the gap was on my YouTube channel, like with the upload. And like between the last video upload on my channel and the first stream back where I'm actually painting, it's like 6 months or something, might even be longer than that, where I just couldn't get the motivation to paint again. I don't know what it was, but it's good to be back. Well, the Knights deserve a bunch of freehand, yeah. It will receive freehand when you feel confident enough to paint the outline of a griffin. Yeah, griffins are fucked up. I don't think that I could ever freehand that. Like, any complex animal is a big no-no for me. Although not the most space for freehand on armages. Right, yeah, because I saw them when I actually went in today to get the, to buy the Questoris, which I did not buy totally. That I definitely didn't get. The box for the armages, it's like a 2-pack that's about like that big-ish, maybe a little bit bigger. So I was surprised by how little they are. Did the burning of the last church on Terra on the side of one of your Spartans? Right. That seems like a complex design. Your crowning achievement of freehand was a fully checkered shoulder pad. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't think I'd be able to freehand lots of straight lines like that. So, nice work. Armigers are still a great model. Oh yeah, no, they looked great. I was just surprised how little they were for knights, but I guess it's because they're like the knights that support the bigger ones, aren't they? Like armigers, are they? They're like squires, aren't they? Armigers are the wolves of the knights. Right, okay. Did I just read that right? Did you just type a giant freehand hourglass full of skulls instead of hands? Oh, sorry, instead of sand? That is insane. How do you paint that? Freehand. Francois is putting us to shame. Truly, like, how do you manage that? That is inhuman level of precision. I think we've confirmed that Francois is a Slaneshi cultist. There is no other way that he has this, like, this ability. Reference art and mechanical pencils for outlines. That makes sense. But that doesn't mean, like, just because I know the process doesn't mean that I could do that. Plan on painting the hexagrammation on the banner of the Sternguard kit. What does the hexagrammation look like? Hang on, once I do this, I'll look it up and see what we're referring to. Don't worry, you impressed yourself with that tank. Yeah, I don't doubt that you did. That design sounds metal as hell. Right, one sec. The cool Dark Angel symbol that represents all six wings. Okay. Oh, okay, I see, I see. Getting outdone on your own idea. Look, as long as you don't see his finished product, it can't be better than yours. Until you see what it looks like, yours is better by default. Can't wait for your Leviathan Dread to arrive. Will be the centerpiece of your 30k style resin. Yeah, that'll be really cool. Maybe once I end up painting most of the minis I have, I'll have enough space in my room to set up a diorama, and then I can go and like make the Trazen Museum that I was talking about yesterday diorama, like the Trazen Museum diorama, for all of my minis to live in. Checker's gonna be everywhere on that bad boy. Are you gonna freehand those ones as well, or are you gonna do transfers? Need to shake up the pot again because all the stuff in the lid's gone dry. Yeah, is that a yeah to freehanding? You hate the look of transfer checkers? Okay, cool. Good to know, because I've actually got some of the transfers that I have are checkers, so cool. Good to hear that ahead of time, because might try to freehand them in that case. Also, checkers are much bigger on the Dreadnought, so it should be easier. Yeah, it makes sense. What is the problem you have with transfer checkers? Is it because they're a large flat piece, so they don't sit well on round surfaces? You can't get the proper shape for the pattern to work. Right, yeah. But surely they'd be fine on flat panels. But I guess if you've got a mixture of flat panels and round surfaces, you're better off just freehanding all of them so you have a degree of consistency between them. That, and it's usually a white checker that's kind of transparent. Right, okay. Yummy, yummy lunch. See ya. See you later, Panzer. So it's a cool thing to try. If 8-segment layers are too much, you can start from 5 for an easier learning curve. Still looks good. Yeah, I think checkers would definitely be a fun freehand to do. And I like the idea of pre-planning everything out with mechanical pencils, just so that have lines to color in. What knight did I get? We have to make a giant banner for it. I got a Questoris. So a lot of really nice large panels to do heraldry on, which will be very cool. Get a tall beer can, like a 15 to 20 ounce one. Is this for practicing the banner? We expect a free-handed golden throne on one shoulder and Celestine on the other. Chill. Look, if I could do that, I would. I don't think we'd be spending this long painting contrast paint onto some Dark Angel's shoulder pads. That's what we're going to make the banner from. The new dollar store turkey shears too. Oh, okay. So you're gonna cut out the banner from the aluminium of the tin of the beer can, and then make it from that. I see. I see. You like brass rods for banner poles, but knights can have dangly cannon banners. Oh, right, yeah. I completely neglected that I can just add more banners than what's included in the box. I can just have even more heraldry. Just bling the hell out of that thing. buy an Arcastus Knight as my second knight. Okay, I need to see what this looks like. I'm falling down the knight rabbit hole. Oh, they are cool. I like that. They are very cool. Wow. That is a very cool knight. Okay. But okay, wait. So, why am I letting you say this shit to me? I do not need more mini. I just got a knight. Stop. I just got one. When will you be satisfied? You can die happy. You searched up House Orlac Knights and your own posters in the image results. Nice. Do you know what's better than one night? Reese, I swear to God, if you're going to say 2 nights or more nights, I am going to be upset. A night. He said a night. The biggest night. Look, I have got a night. I have got one. It is still in the box. I have so many things I need to build. I don't need more. I've got a Forge Fiend and a Helldrake that I need to build as well. Even better, it's the 3rd top image, basically famous at this point. Look, I'm gonna finish this guy, and I'm going to then go and look at your knight. A Titan, okay. Look, like I said this earlier, 10,000 subscribers, I'll get a Titan. You want to see that happen? Get out there and promote me, boys. 3 of each just to be safe. I will never finish painting those. I'll never finish painting the backlog I've already got. Although looking at it another way, if I'm never going to finish painting them anyway, what's the harm in getting more? I should just get every knight. All right, cool. So that's those dudes done. That being said, Sunju, be scared. I'm about to judge your knight. It's gonna be way better than anything I can do. So what did you search? You searched House Orlac Knight. Let's go. You really need to like buy Deathwing Knights, Terminator, Chaplain, the Lion a few times a dozen Imperial Knights, the entire world leaders, then you'll be happy. Sure. That's when you'll be happy. Surely there's nothing else that you'll want to buy after you've got all that. There's no way, right? House Orlac Armiger. Okay. Hang on, I'm getting captures which are interfering with my search. Oh my god. I've had to go through more than 10 captures and it's not letting me through. Please. There we are, finally. House Orlac Armiger. The funny Reddit one if you're on Google. I've got one titled First Armiger Done. Is it the one on the grey base with the purple rim? That one looks quite nice. Yeah, I do like that color scheme. Yeah, that's a really cool color scheme. That's it? Yeah, nice. Very well done. I really like the way you've done the metallics on the barrel. How it's sort of the black barrel with the sort of the gold fading. I don't know how to say it, but like the faint gold on top and then as it goes back towards the you know, like further back down the gun. I don't know. I'm really bad at describing this stuff, but looks really good. Nice work, mate. I probably cannot do something like that, so well done. Yeah, that's a really cool color scheme though. It's meant to be a burnt muzzle for the melter. Yeah, that's what I imagined it. It does look really nice. Oh yeah, you can see it a lot better on the profile shot. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, anyway, I reckon we're probably at a good spot to head off for the day. Much shorter stream today, only 2 hours because we started a bit late. But and it doesn't look like I've really done anything because all I've done is just go through and do the metallic rims in the black contrast and then do all of their undersuits. But I've gotten through all of that, so now the details should be some more noticeable ones. And yeah, I reckon we should start to get some more noticeable changes. But I'm not sure if we'll do these guys next time. I reckon next time we might we might start doing some other minis, because we've built some Tyranids. We've got old mate whose claw was sacrificed to the soup. We've got the big brain boy. We got the little brain boys, and we got a couple of Ripper Swarms. We've got this third-party Alfarius model, which is really neat, which I might like to paint at some point. I'm kind of scared of how fine the details on it are, but I think that could be really cool. And I've got a lot of minis to build, so yeah, lots of cool stuff that we can do on the side. So yeah, we'll see where it takes us. I've also got a couple of Necron Canoptic Wraiths. But the first one that I built traumatized me. It took way too long. 7:30. May as well go get breakfast before going to bed. Jesus. Sanju, like, I understand that I stream really late for you, but you can sleep. It's okay to sleep. But yeah, anyway. Thanks for dropping by, like always, guys. I say this every time, but it's true. It's great to have you here. Really enjoy it. I'll see you guys next time. We'll figure out what we do back there. You looked at the stream catalog. The Krork one is so cool. Yeah, the Krork is really neat. I'll go and grab the Krork because I got it on the shelf just behind me. One sec. That's this guy here. I got it from the same third-party maker who did this Alfarius model. But yeah, really enjoyed this one. This one was a lot of fun. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, great to have